Now, the majority won't feel that way, of course, and they'll actually enjoy a lot of these performances because they are of the world. They have seen the world in their living rooms. They have been in it with their lifestyles. But to those who have a bit of class, okay, a bit of taste, we can see how tacky it is, how Babylonian it all is. Terrible. I mean, it was terrible. A lot of the time, this is what I felt, yet I didn't realise. Every time the kids would come up and do some choreograph for one of the plays or something, that's what I felt. And for a long time, about a year, it wasn't always like this. This is why I don't blame a lot of people who are still attending, okay, because it wasn't always like this. And as with me, you may not have attended some of those previous performances that were absolutely blasphemous, okay, but there'll come a day when you'll be involved in one, where you'll be there watching it, okay. For me it was the Easter presentations. I hadn't been to the Christmas carols. I've never been to one of the Christmas carols, but if I had been, from what I've seen on YouTube, online, yeah, definitely wouldn't have agreed with that. But yeah, because I hadn't seen some of these other performances, I was still in there. Yeah. There'll come a day though when it happens, and you'll immediately think, what's going on? What has happened to my church? It's not a case of what has happened to it. It has always been there. Okay, you've just not seen it until now. But for a year, I felt empty inside. Felt empty. I didn't feel the Holy Spirit come upon me during that time, and I was wanting it. I was longing for it. Seeking it through prayer and worship. Yeah, for whatever reason, I couldn't attain it. Not like I used to. Yeah, when I first started attending, and I was filled with the Holy Spirit, I got saved. Yeah, that ecstatic moment. Lately, at Hillsong, and you can see why. It's been unattainable. It's a recent thing, this, okay? So you still have a chance to get out of there, This has happened recently. The situation has exacerbated to where it is now with these sick performances. The previous years, I walked out of another one actually, yeah, I'll tell you what, I walked out of another one, another Easter Sunday performance, not last year. Last year, yeah, I went, it wasn't as bad last year. I didn't really like it, but it wasn't that bad. But the year before it, oh my God, I think it was the year before it, so what, 2013 or, wait a minute, no, 2014, did I, no, 2013 I think it was. Absolute blasphemy. I walked out of there I stopped attending Hillsong, but I don't think it was just that moment that caused me to leave that first time. No. Or was it? No, it may have been. It may have been. I walked out of there. This was when I was with my girlfriend, okay. I mean, we were sat there. Yeah, here we go, I'll tell you the story. We were sat there, near the front. Well, no. No, she was in the middle. She was in the middle. Yeah. I remember what I said. I remember what I said to Emma. We were sat there. Oh, they came on. And they had the whipping, yeah, like in the video earlier this year, the one I got footage of and I've posted. Check out the other video for that. They were whipping him. Yeah, blood splattered on the screen, on the big screen. I was like, what is this? The horrific detail that they went into with his crucifixion, and then what they did with the disciples. They had them all dressed up as convicts. I can't believe they were doing this to the disciples, okay? Yeah. Some badass convicts, you know, like what is it, the mugshots of the 12 disciples as some convicts. I thought, this is terrible. And then what did they do? They had a black man as Jesus. They've done this a lot, okay. And I'm sorry to have to tell you this if you're black. And you have your own beliefs of what Jesus looks like, but he's not black, okay, I have seen him. This was what eventually, this is what led me to become a Christian and start attending church in the first place, okay. This little apparition I had when I was younger. He's not black, but they made him out to be black in this performance. Some big black man, and he was like the kingpin. Yeah, check me out, sort of thing. Very macho, doing these stupid dances, break dancing. They like to do a lot of break dancing at Hillsong. And then, yeah, they had the whipping and all the blood and the graphics. It's like, whoa, and all the red everywhere, all the red. And I turned around to Emma. I said, "This is satanic," and I walked out. And, a few people heard me as well. And then Emma came out shortly afterwards, met me in the foyer. And yeah, she said I looked like I'd seen a ghost, and I was absolutely horrified by what I had seen. I couldn't believe it. And this was a couple of years ago, maybe a bit longer. Yeah. So I left once before. But I think it was my salvation that brought me back, because I got saved years ago at Hillsong. But that had nothing to do with them, of course. It was the Holy Spirit who managed to find me in that god-awful mess. I mean, do you realise how foolish you're all going to look when future generations look back on this and say, oh look, they really couldn't see what was going on in their church? Yeah? Please get out of there. before you embarrass yourselves any further.